Welcome back in, everybody. Daniel Sally, Gary Turcotte here on the Carroll College postgame show, built by a Builder's First Source. 66-62, the Battling Bears come into the PE Center and get what many will call an upset over Carroll College, but it's not going to be much of an upset when the next NAIA rankings come out next week, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't understand why Rocky isn't rated. I mean, maybe they just haven't had that many rankings.
They've probably played 6 or 7 games since the last poll came out.
Yeah.
The last poll came out even before the Arizona game.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be more rankings, but they clearly, to me, are a top 10 team in the country from what I see. They remind me a lot of a Western, the year Western won it. They're very much like them. Good defensive team.
They're deep, talented on defense, and they got a star player who can score better than anyone in the league.
Yeah, that's
Just
it.
like Western had with Bree King.
Very much like Bree King, yeah. But, Daniel, there's just a couple of things that really jump out at me.
Go ahead.
Carroll had too many turnovers. Carroll had 15 turnovers, and the other night they had 5. And that is not so much due to Carroll's carelessness as really good defense by Western. I was so impressed with how hard they played and how well they played defensively. And Carroll got outscored the fourth quarter 17-10. And that game could have gone either way. And at crunch time, Chloe Thatcher came up big
threes.
2 monster
big
threes.
Oh, my goodness.
2 monster threes. And then the last thing, Carroll gave up 2 offensive rebounds and lost. And you almost, when you hold a team to 2 offensive rebounds, you win about 95% of those ball games. But not today, because the turnovers that Carroll kind of made up for that with turnovers. But it was a really entertaining, well played, well refereed, well coached game by everybody. And Rocky was just a little bit better today.
They were. 66-62, they win by 4. Well, before we go too deep into the stats, Gary, quickly, our St. Peter's Gold Standard Health Player of the Game for the Saints. And this is a perfect opportunity to give Sienna Swanek her flowers because she was excellent tonight. 19 points, 7 of 11 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 2 for 2 at the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and 1 steal. Fantastic
game by Sienna. She does get up for the big game, the Division I games, the challenge that she had tonight. Just a fantastic
Westmont.
job. Yeah, Westmont. She does. Just a fantastic effort by Sienna.
Yeah, and it's too bad that they had to lose this one, but she gave us a great performance. Let's look at some other stats. First, some team stats from the field. Rocky shoots 46% for the game, 42% from 3, 66 from the free throw line. Carroll, 44% from the field, 23.5% from 3, 75% from the free throw line. And looking at threes, 4 for 17, you don't want to do that, obviously. The 17 three-point attempts, maybe more than they normally take, but to only make 4 of them, that's tough for Carroll. But Rocky did a nice job keeping them out of the paint, so I guess what can you do about that? Some individual numbers. Christine Denny finished with 14 points. Jamie Pickens finished with 16 points. 4 points for Jaden Lyman off the bench, 4 for Maddie Garretts, 2 for Emma Madsen, 3 for Danny Wagner, and that rounds out the scoring for Carroll. For Rocky individually, India Fly, 30 points, 13 of 25 from the field, only 1 for 2 from 3, 3 of 6 at the free throw line, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. Holy cow.
Yeah, amazing. And just the mayhem and the chaos that she causes defensively. Even if she wasn't a good offensive player, she'd be one of the best players in the league for what she does for you defensively. Because your point guard, she takes your point guard out of the game. Your point guard needs to go give the ball to somebody else and bring the ball up the floor because she's going to pick you.
Camden didn't have a shot attempt tonight.
No.
She didn't have a shot attempt.
Yeah, and that's just – and that's okay. Camden tried, but, she's just got a great player guarding her. Just superior effort by India Fly. Really, really fun to watch. She has a good attitude. She plays her heart out. She doesn't complain. She's just a real deal.
I couldn't agree more. She's worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
She showed up here today and was a showstopper.
Yeah.
And Carroll they were in position to win the game up by 5 with a few minutes left, but Rocky kept inching away, and then, like you said, the 3 from Thatcher to tie it, another 3 to put him up 3, and Carroll just could not find that bucket late in the game. last minute or two. They just could not find that bucket until it was too late. And this one's going to take Carroll a long time to get over. Coach Sayers isn't going to like this. The players aren't going to like it. And they're going to end up being better because of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's too bad you don't want to see them lose a game like that, but better to happen early on than late, I guess.
Oh, it is. And when you lose to a good team, and it wasn't like Carroll played poorly. And I know that they feel they missed some shots that they could have made in the fourth quarter. They'll be kicking themselves for that. But Carroll played well. Carroll did a lot of things well. Rocky just did a few more.
Well, let's go ahead and start looking ahead at the men's game, Gary. Two really good teams in Carroll College and Rocky Mountain College again. And Carroll off to a little bit better start than the Battling Bears. They're just 15-1, and they have maybe 16-1. And one loss coming on the season to Arizona Christian down in Arizona. Big win for the Fighting Saints on Thursday night against Montana Tech, though, Gary.
Well, it was a big win against a really good Tech team. A really good Tech team. And, I almost thought going into that ball game that Tech was a slight favorite just because of their physicality and their size. And Carroll just battled and found a way to win, a real gutsy win. Jovan Slovakinen really, really playing great at crunch time, and along with a great defensive effort by all the Saints, just enough to pull it out.
Well, that physicality is going to help Carroll get ready for their matchup tonight in the Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears. Billy Dryko's their head coach in his 22nd season. I can't believe that. He's had a heck of a run there. Obviously, we talked about earlier, he's won a national championship for them. He's got a deep team, and they have a lot of size, led by Maxim Stevens, averaging 14.9 points per game, 8.6 rebounds per game. These teams, a lot of familiar faces once again, but we've seen a couple big games against Rocky these last couple years. 2 years ago, they take us to triple overtime in Rocky. We end up getting a win in that one. Last year, they took us to overtime at Rocky as well. Guy Pedra hit the three to send it to OT.
That's right.
Carroll came out and won that one. But should expect a really good game today between two really good coaches. Speaking of coaches, we're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll start to transition more towards the men's game, and we'll have the Rutgers Furniture Coaches Lounge, our coaches interview with Coach Kurt Paulson. You're listening to Saints Game Day, driven by Placer Motors on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com. Saints Game Day driven by Placer Motors. Daniel Sally here inside the Brad Schmidt Allstate Insurance broadcast booth. Just a few minutes away from tip-off of Game 2 of today's doubleheader between the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears and the Carroll College Fighting Saints. And we're looking forward to a good chess match here in this second game between Coach Kurt Paulson and Coach Bill Drykosen. And two very talented rosters between the Saints and the Bears. Of course, the Fighting Saints, they're led by Jovan Slovankinen and Shamrock Campbell, really a two-headed monster, and it's become more of a three-headed monster this year. Gary, as I bring you back here. We got you, Gary?
Yeah,
we got you, Gary. Okay, good. Just a couple minutes away from tip-off, though, and Gary, as we look at this matchup tonight, starting with Carroll, Jovan Slovankinen, 19.5 points per game, 11.8 rebounds per game. Shamrock Campbell, 13.2 points per game, shooting 86% at the free throw line. Been a very steady hand for this Carroll team, as he has been for the last 4 years. And the third kind of piece for this team that's been helping him so much is Ifeanyi Okeke. Another big game for him on Thursday night, averaging over 10 points a game. And also, looking at the stats today, he's shooting over 80% from the free throw line.
Yeah, he is just a really good player at both ends, tremendous defender, and just great footwork and explosiveness. And now all of a sudden, Daniel, he's starting to make shots.
Oh yeah,
a lot of that little turnaround fadeaway jump shot. He's got a great touch with it. And
we got a chess match today. Two of the best coaches in the league. One of them who's played for a national championship, and another one who's won a national championship. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think Bill Drykosen is the only coach in our league who has won a national title. Gary.
He's the only one. He's the real deal.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
Billy has been there. I actually coached when Billy played for Rocky, and then, of course, coached against him for years. And he's just a real good human being.
You say the same thing every year. Billy gets his guys up for the big games. Well, he's got a big game today, facing the number 2 ranked team in the country, the Carroll College Fighting Saints. We're moments away from tip-off. We're going to go ahead and take one more timeout. You're listening to Carroll College Fighting Saints basketball on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com. Tip-off is next. Welcome back in, everybody. Daniel Sally and Gary Turcotte here in the PE Center, coming to you from the Brad Schmidt Allstate Insurance broadcast booth as we get ready for tip-off here in Game 2 of tonight's Frontier Conference doubleheader between Carroll and Rocky. Gary, let's go ahead and meet tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College, at guard, a 5'10 freshman out of Billings, Montana, number 2, Cade Tyson. Also at guard, a 5'9 freshman out of Billings, Montana, Jesse Owens. Both listed as freshmen. Both have been in college for a couple of years, but due to COVID and red shirts and all that stuff, they're still freshmen eligibility-wise, and those two guys played together at Billings West High School, and they were a lethal backcourt at the high school level. Also out there for Rocky Mountain College, a 6'2 junior guard, number 23, Abdul Ba. That's at guard as well, 6'6 freshman, number 24, Kale Robinson, and rounding it out, a 6'7 junior out of Big Fork, number 34, Bo Santi Steven. And, of course, Bill Drykosen, the head coach of the Battling Bears. He gets his team up for the big games, Gary. He's got another one here tonight and a big one against one of his counterparts, Coach Kurt Paulson. And we'll meet Coach Kurt Paulson's starting lineup now for the Saints. Starting at forward, a 6'7 junior out of Rancho Cucamonga, California, number 12, Ifani Okeke. Also at forward, a 6'5 senior out of Belgrade, Serbia, number 21, Jovan Slavankinen. At point guard for the Saints, 6'1 senior out of Spokane, Washington, number 22, Shamrock Campbell. At guard as well, a 6'2 junior out of Post Falls, Idaho, number 24, Johnny Hillman. And in the middle, a 6'8 junior forward out of Castle Rock, Colorado, number 32, Brendan Temple. And Gary, Saturday afternoon here at the PE Center, the fans are piling in, though.
They are
just got
piling
done with another great game. This is a tough act to follow.
Well, it really was. You know, Daniel, I wonder how Rocky's going to come out. Rocky had a 12-point lead at halftime Thursday over Northern, and then ended up Northern came back and won that ball game. And, you know, they got to be smarting over that one. They might just be pretty angry and come out here pretty hard.
Well, both teams getting ready to take the floor. Bo Santis-Steven looks like he's getting ready to take the tip in the center circle. And we got a couple really good teams, really deep teams, I might add. But it looks like Rocky's down some guys. Not sure the circumstances on that, but given the current climate, I'm guessing we could probably guess. But Ifani Okeke and Bo Santis-Steven are going toe-to-toe for the jump ball here.
Well, they're suiting up 9. They've got 4 on the bench, so I know that's under what they would normally have.
Santis-Steven, Ifani Okeke in the center circle. Both teams take the floor. Rocky wearing their road black uniforms, white text, green trim on those. Carroll in their home white jerseys with purple text and gold trim. It's Jesse Owens after the jump ball going right to left across your, or left to right, across your radio dial. He goes right into Santis-Steven. Shot no good. Rebound brought down by Ifani Okeke. The Saints in transition have Okeke looking for Hillman. Miscommunication there, throws it out of bounds. A turnover quickly for Carroll. Robinson inbounds it. Jesse Owens running the point for the Battling Bears. Owens, guarded by Hillman, goes to Santis-Steven. With it now is Abdul Ba. To Santis-Steven again, back out to Ba. Ba to Owens, now Tyson. Robinson back to Tyson. With it now is Robinson. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Three-pointer from the corner for Ba is up. It's no good. Rebound brought down by the Saints. Shamrock Campbell will get it and set up the offense for the Saints. Campbell, guarded by Ba. Near side goes to Hillman. Now to Okeke. Okeke looking to make some moves. Tyson knocks the ball loose. Okeke gets it back out to Campbell. Open look from 3 for Shamrock. It's good.
That was a good look he had there, and he buried it.
You're not going to see him miss that one much. Jesse Owens running point. Billings West High Golden Bear passes it to the corner to Ba. Tyson back around to Owens. Owens drives the lane. Nice move to the cup, off the glass, and good.
Boy, that's a quick move.
So Jesse Owens went to the Grizz to play football, then transferred to the Bobcats to play basketball.
That's right.
Now he's at Rocky playing basketball.
Yeah. I had lost track of him. He was a great football player.
He was a very good football player. Part of that Billings West State Championship team. I think it was in 2018 or 2019. Jovan Slavankinen in the lane, looking to kick it out. He finds Okeke. Rocky bringing it on defense early on. A lot of energy from them. Loose ball deflected off a Bears player. Carroll will inbound from the baseline. Hillman inbounding from the baseline. Campbell. Up top, Slovankinen, nice look from 3 as the shot clock expires, and he knocks it down. On the other end, quickly in transition, Sandy Stephen gets it out to Ba, now Robinson. They swing it over to the corner. Tyson, Robinson again. Back to Owens. Owens inside on the pick and roll to Santa Stephen. Nice help defense from Okeke, but Santa Stephen got it up and over and in for 2.
Rocky, we can tell already. They really
love high ball screens.
The high on-ball screen up at the top. That's the major part of their offense.
Very top.
Yeah.
Campbell picks up a screen of his own. Slovankinen. Towards the middle. Picks up another screen from Temple. Looking for Hillman. Instead, he goes to Temple. Temple pump fakes, puts it up and in.
Screen roll back at you, Rocky. That was screen roll well executed by Carroll.
Here's the drive from Robinson. Loose ball out of bounds. Last touch by the Saints. Guy Pedro will check in, and they'll give Okeke a rest. Another sub in the game, this time for Rocky. Entering the game, number 33, Kevin Fosu, 6'6" junior out of Los Angeles, California. Guy Pedro in the game for the Saints. He's been good the last few games. I'm excited to see what he does.
He's really helped him off the bench.
Ba off the bounce at the elbow. Drops it in. Fosu goes up with it over Temple, and that one's good. Campbell across half court. Hands off to Johnny Hillman. Hillman working on Jesse Owens. And they got to him. Loose ball. Pedro comes up with it, though. Dumps it out to Slovankinen. Now down low to Temple. Temple looking back outside. Now he's going to go to work on the low block. Temple loses it for a second. Gets it back. Hook to the right. Oh. Off the rim. Off the glass. And in for 2.
Nice touch. Real good patience.
When Brendan gets those buckets early, he starts playing with a lot of confidence.
He does. It really helps him.
Jesse
helps anybody, but it really.
Yeah. Ooh. Some guys, you notice it more. Loose ball. Temple dives on it. Slovankinen gets it up to Hillman. Hillman in transition goes up to it. It's blocked off the glass, and he takes a hard fall. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Ooh, he took a hard fall.
Okeke in the game. He's taken out Brandon Temple. Cade Tyson head to the bench. They're going to bring in Nick Hart. And Nick Hart, he's about to check into the game for Rocky, Gary, and he was a real spark player for them last year.
Yeah.
He came off the bench. That game that went to OT, he scored over 20 points.
That's right. I forgot that. Now, Cade Tyson, who just got banged up a little bit there, just a freshman, as you said, from Billings West. His dad played for Rocky, was a very, very good point guard for Rocky. Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
Did he play for Billy?
Played for Billy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Ray, right at the very beginning of Billy's career, one of the best teams he had. A whole bunch of Montana kids, and they were tough.
First free throw from Johnny Hillman is good. He'll shoot one more. Second one on the way. It's good. Another substitution for Rocky. Bo Santi Stephen back in the game. Kevin Fosu will head to the bench. Jesse Owens will take out the ball and get it across half court for Rocky. Carroll falling back into their half court defense. Pedro at the top. He'll guard to Owens. Here's Nick Hart. Hart in the lane. Drives, kicks it out. Abdul Ba with it. Now inside. Robinson pump fakes, gets Okeke in the air. Okeke recovers nicely, gets a hand on it, and Slovankinen comes up with the loose ball. Here comes Slovankinen, hands off to Campbell. Far side, Hillman to Okeke. Okeke from the elbow off the rim, no good. Loose ball tipped off a Rocky player. They come up with it though. Jesse Owens across half court. Inside, Nick Hart, mid-range jumper. Nice closeout by Pedro, but it goes in. Nick Hart's got a good middle game.
Jesse Owens finding the open player.
He's got really
so
nice
he's
vision.
Not just athletic, he's also got
he's
some
a good player.
Cards. Yeah.
Pedro. Hands off, Hillman. Jab step. Johnny in the lane, spin move to his left, goes up with it, and draws a foul. I think Johnny got away with one there.
Yeah.
As Johnny Hillman gets ready to shoot a couple free throws here.
Interestingly, the matchups, Rocky's got Cale Robinson, 6'6" freshman from New Zealand, guarding Jovan. And it's most teams have been playing Jovan with a smaller player. It'll be interesting to see how Cale Robinson does. He's listed as a freshman, but he looks older than a freshman.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, he just came out, and Josh Ekman came in for him.
Ekman's another guy. He's been around for a while, last couple years at least.
Did he play at Helena High?
No, he played at Boulder.
Boulder, yeah.
I think.
Clancy kid, I see that.
Yeah, Jefferson County High School.
Yeah.
Garrett Long in the game, and boy, did he give Carroll a boost on Thursday. Floaters, defense, ball handling, he does it all. Jesse Owens up top. Near side Ekman to the corner. Baugh back to Ekman, now Owens again. Owens, floater in the lane. Off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled down by Ekman. Pedro thought he had it. Off the hand of Abdul-Baah, though, on the outlet pass, and it's out of bounds. Carroll will get it back. They lead 14-8 with 14:50 left in the first half.
And Rocky's going to jump into a little 2-2-1 zone press here on the out of bounds. And they have more athleticism and speed than in past years.
Campbell looking to get across the timeline. He does. Pedro going to drive the lane, go up with it, through contact. He finishes. That Gee, he can really score, man. We got a timeout called. 30-second timeout, Gary. Let's keep it here. 16-8, Carroll leads. 14:34 left in the first half. And sometimes, I'm getting ready to say something. I look over and I'm watching Billy. He's fun to watch here on this bench.
There's nobody in the country more fun to watch than Billy Drykosen. He has the right balance. His values are so good. The players love him, but he really gets after him now.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah,
I've noticed that years ago. Even when I was back sitting next to us here working as a student statter.
Yeah.
Well, overall thoughts on the game so far, Gary?
Well, Carroll defense right now is just a little bit better than Rocky's defense. Carroll's defense can be very smothering, and right now it is. They're getting a little bit better shots than Rocky is so far.
Out of the timeout, it's Rocky basketball. Jesse Owens up half court. To the elbow. Santa Stephen has it. Santa Stephen up to Ekman. Ekman's going to take a three. He buries it. Nice shot there by Josh Ekman.
Boy, he really rhythmed up on that.
Garrett Long across the timeline. Picks up a screen, drives the lane. Floater from Long, it's good. It's not so often you see someone at this level who is so much of an expert at floater shots.
Yeah.
There's a turnover forced by the Saints. Jovan Slovankinen comes out with a steal. Loose ball. Rocky comes up with it. Nick Hart up the court. Three-pointer from Baugh. Off the rim, no good. Loose ball pulled down by Hart. Hart to Baugh again. Baugh. Santa Stephen. Nice backdoor pass looking for Owens, but it falls through the cracks, out of bounds. Last touch by Rocky. Carroll will get it back. Robinson back in for the Bears. Temple back in for the Saints. And I imagine we're going to see Rocky subbing at a pretty high frequency, just not having a full bench.
Yeah, we got 9 guys, and he's going to play 9.
Garrett Long.
If you got on the bus, you get in the game.
Guy Pedro on the far wing. Takes it inside. Picks up his dribble, goes down to Temple. Temple going to work on the low block again. He finds an open man. It's Okeke. Off the bounce, he traveled. And Rocky doing a nice job frustrating Ifani early.
Yeah, Ifani is.
And he'll pull it back in. He's going to be fine.
Oh, yeah, he's too good.
We got immediate timeout. 13-10 left in the first half. 18-11. Carroll in the lead on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. You're listening to Carroll Basketball on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com. 18-11, Carroll in the lead on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. 13-10 left in the first half, and Rocky will take the ball out from the baseline going left to right.
And Carroll with two of their freshmen in the ball game now that Coach Paulson has talked so much about.
Andrew Cook and Garrett Long, of course. That's who those freshmen are. Here's a drive, layup, no good. Foul called, though. Cale Robinson will go to the line and shoot two. Nice job drawing the contact. As Cale Robinson gets ready to shoot, Carroll Basketball on Rewind 94.9 is brought to you in part by John Lagerquist at Century 21 Heritage Realty. For all your real estate needs from homes, land, or commercial, contact John Lagerquist. First free throw, no good. Also, the Overland Express Restaurant, serving Helena since 1975. Overland is Helena's family restaurant that features their famous dragon wings. Try them, you'll like them. Second free throw, no good. So Robinson goes to the line and misses both. Carroll comes up with the board. Andrew Cook near side, it's Garrett Long. Long, off the dribble, picks it up, gets it over to Pedra. Pedra bounces it to the left wing, now to the corner, Andrew Cook. Cook picks up his dribble again, here's Temple. Temple faces up, now backs down Santa Steven on the low block, goes out to his right, kicks it to Cook. Three from Cook, off the rim, no good. Loose ball deflected off of Rocky, no, never mind, deflected off of Carroll. It'll be Rocky ball. Slavankinen checking in, Okeke will get a rest. Jesse Owens in the game now, as well as Kevin Fosu. Santa Steven coming to the bench, and Abdul Ba. You'll like this, Gary. Santa Steven, number 34 from Rocky. He was a high school basketball teammate of Logan Gilliard.
Oh, my goodness.
At Big Fork. They won the state championship. Couple big bodies.
Yes, they did.
Robinson, near side on the wing. To the corner, loose ball, deflected off of Rocky, turned over to Carroll.
Carroll's defense has been pretty consistent. The offense comes and goes, but the defense is always consistent.
Garrett Long to Slavankinen. Jovan passes it off to Pedra. Here's Guy Pedra in the lane. Pump fakes, fadeaway, off the glass, and absolute money from Guy Pedra.
And I actually think that was not the angle that you normally see a guy bounce it off the glass. But he did it, and it looked like he was intentional.
Down low, Fosu. Nice help defense by Cook. It's turnover, stolen by Slavankinen. Cook again, looking for Long. Loose ball, Cook comes up with it after a deflection. Nice off-ball defense by Owens. Slavankinen in the lane, kicks it out. Long, how about a corner three? Off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Kevin Fosu. Fosu gets it to Owens. Here's Owens in the half court, works to the corner, now gets it up top to Robinson. Nick Hart, back to Robinson. Robinson drives, no look pass. He's got Fosu. Fosu pump fakes, gets Temple in there. His shot attempt is no good, and now the Saints have it. Cook, spin move, and that's a charge on Andrew Cook. That's the right call.
Yep.
A little out of control. Campbell back in the game. 11:04 to go in the first half. Rocky with the ball, Carroll with the 9-point lead. Nick Hart in the lane, kicks, charge. Guy Pedra stepping in and taking that one.
Well, you know, you just can't jump up in the air and pass the ball. It's just, in the end, more bad things are going to happen than good. You're way more likely to get away with that if you're going up to shoot it. Yeah. And he was a little bit out of control. I like to see the referees not penalize the out-of-control player. Mm-hmm. You mean not reward the out-of-control player? Yeah, there you go. You want them to penalize the out-of-control player. They should never reward him. And Guy Pedra is giving Carroll a great spark tonight. Yeah. He did the same thing on Thursday. Yeah. Pedra. Nice to see him get some minutes. Yeah. Cook in the lane. Out to Campbell. Now Slavankinen. Slavankinen posting up. Looking to get it out to the top, but Owen steps in and knocks it out of bounds. They're going to give the ball to Rocky. That's wrong. Rocky will inbound it. Jesse Owens across half court.
Foul called. Yeah, so that's a hand check.
Yeah.
Brendan Temple. Hart inbounding. Passes it to Owens. Owens off the bounce. No look pass to the corner. 3-pointer from Baugh. It's good.
I think Carroll jumped into his zone there.
That was a nice assist.
And boy, they didn't take him long to find that guy, an open guy.
His head was straight to the wing and just flicked it out to the corner. Campbell. Hands off Pedra. Looking for Cook. Miscommunication there. Loose ball out of bounds. Last touch by Rocky. And I think that would have been Rocky ball if he just let it go.
Yeah.
Good break for Carroll. Hillman's going to check in. Cook will head to the bench. Campbell takes it out. Campbell on the wing. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Sham looking for a shot a little bit more here. Pedra in the lane, dodges a defender. Loose ball picked up by Slavankinen. He puts it in for two. In transition, here comes Rocky.
Well, that is quick.
Long over the top
That's
pass.
what you call a sideline break on a made.
That's Tom Brady to Randy Moss.
Ooh, boy, just beautiful.
So it was Hart who pulled it in right on the block and put it in. It's like throwing a fade ball. Hillman, pump fakes, drives baseline looking for Temple, deflected back to Hillman, cutting Slavankinen, his shot no good, rare miss there from Jovan. Rocky to the other end. They trail by 6, 22-16. Santa Steven in the lane, puts it up, traveled. .9:12 left in the first half. 22-16. Carroll leads. Campbell hands off to Long. Now Hillman. Over to Slavankinen. Slavankinen drives the lane, dumps it off to Temple, shot off the glass, and good for two.
Nice, real nice drop off by Jovan.
We got a timeout called on the floor, 24-16. Carroll leads by 8. 8:51 left in the first half. Let's see what kind of timeout we have. Full timeout. We'll go ahead and take it. 8:51 left in the first half. You're listening to Carroll Basketball on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com. Rocky ball out of the timeout, 24-16. Carroll leads by 8. 8:45 to play in the first half. Pleasure to be on the call here today from the Brad Schmidt Allstate Insurance broadcast booth at the PE Center. For any of you just tuning in, a heartbreaking loss for the Carroll women's basketball team, 66-62. They fell to Rocky. Loose ball turned over by Rocky. Garrett Long comes up with the steal to break out of the timeout. He passes over to Campbell. Campbell. Slavankinen back to Campbell. Three from Campbell. Ooh, in and out. Rebound pulled down by Temple. He puts it back up in.
That was a nice play by Temple. That just showed his strength there to get that and put it back in contact.
He's having a nice game.
Yes.
Jesse Owens, far side. On the wing, he passes it up top. Abdul-Bah, guarded by Long. Bah drives the lane. Runner up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Slavankinen. Campbell to the other end. Passes it to Hillman. Temple on the block. Campbell, baseline. Jay, it's good.
Another real good find by Temple. Down to getting that catch down there, finding the open guy.
Jesse Owens up top. Goes to Santa Steven. Foul called. Ekman will check in the game. Hart will come out. Abdul-Bah inbounding from the far sideline. He passes it in to Owens. Owens off the screen, looks to dump it off. Loose ball out of bounds. Last touch by Rocky.
You know, just watching Owen, he just looks rusty. Like I don't know how much basketball he's played. You know, like you said, he started out as a football player, and then he was at transferred to University of Montana, and was like a walk-on there, wasn't he?
Well, he played football at U of M, then transferred to MSU to play basketball.
There you go. Yeah, just that
for our boy Sprinkle. Floater from Campbell on the other end. That one's good.
And he's got all of this unbelievable athleticism.
Three-pointer from Robinson the other end. That one's good. 30-19. Carroll leads by 11.
That was pure.
It's a good-looking jumper.
Yeah.
6'6". Robinson's a little raw, but you can tell there's something there.
Mm-hmm.
Posting up. Slavankinen out to Campbell, now Hillman. Hillman swings it over, extra pass to Long in the lane. How about another floater off the back iron? No good. Rebound brought down by Temple. Johnny Hillman. Campbell, now Slavankinen. Three-pointer from Jovan. That one's good. 33-19. Carroll leads. 6:20 left in the first half. Robinson on the other end. Turnaround, fade away. Ooh, that one's good. Another nice move from Robinson. Johnny Hillman. Cross half court. Garrett Long. Up top to Temple. Now Campbell. Campbell back into Temple. Temple posting up on Ekman, out to Slavankinen. How about another three? It's good! Jovan Slavankinen, it's tray ball fall. 36-21, Saints lead by 15. 5:41 on the clock in the first half. Owens drives the lane, puts one up, blocking foul called on Campbell. Is that going to be an and one? No, they're going to say it was on the floor. Media timeout coming on the court. 5:33 in the first half. 36-21. Hold on. Okay, no media timeout.
No media timeout.
Well, let's hang out here, Gary. What do you say?
The officials were a little confused as to just what was going on there, so we couldn't quite tell.
It's all right. At least we got Coach Drycoat.
You know, just a little bit about Cale Robinson. He started out at St. John's College from New Zealand. I mean, he might have been a scholarship player there from New Zealand. And, you know, he's
St. John's in Minnesota?
St. John's College, it probably was Minnesota.
Three-pointer from Santa Steven.
Yeah.
Unless it's St. John's like in New York.
Well, that's what I wondered about.
Three, no good. Hillman drives, loses it. Out to Pedra. Pedra to the corner. Hillman pump fakes, drives. What'd they call, out of bounds?
Oh.
I guess he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
You know, that happens sometimes when you fake the corner three.
Yeah.
Not a lot of space to work with. And you
step
kind of step back
Yeah.
before you go forward.
Yeah.
We saw it happen down here on our side in the girls' game.
And Carroll just put Ifani back in, and he's had a rough start to the game. I'd love to see him get a little something going here in the first half.
Maybe a fast break.
Yeah.
We'd like that.
Because he's a momentum guy. Once he gets it rolling, he's so fun to watch.
Yeah, if he could cock it back and throw him down, it'd be nice to see. He'd put a big smile on his face, that's for sure. Bob drives. Ekman looking for a cutter. It's Owens. Owens crosses over, Into the lane again, to the corner, three-pointer on the way, and that one's good. Abdul-Bah from downtown.
Dead corner. I think that's his spot.
Slavankinen. Hillman near side, looking down low. Okeke. Foul?
Yeah.
Foul. It's on Josh Ekman. Nick Hart back in the game for the Bears. Inbounding Hillman to the corner. Slavankinen. Back out to Campbell. Hillman bobbles it, takes it into the lane, loses it, and it's turned over. Abdul-Bah in transition, pulls up for an elbow jumper off the rim, no good. Loose ball out of bounds. Last touch by Carroll. .4:10 on the clock here in the first half. Long inbound to Hart. Hart gets to the cup, off the glass, and it's good. Carroll's lead back to 10. 4 minutes to play in the first half. Campbell hands off to Pedra. Hillman looking back for Pedra. He's going to put it on the ground. Drive the lane, out to Pedra for a three. It's good! That jumper's been working for
Boy, he's been playing really well. And his defense, he's worked so hard to get better at it.
Outside, Bah. Guarded by Campbell. Pulls up for three, and that one's good. He's got a nice looking shot.
He's a shooter. He is a pure shooter, and he's not a starter.
He is a starter.
Did he start?
He is a starter, yeah. Slavankinen to Campbell. Hillman, near side. Slavankinen crosses over, now spins back to his right. Again to his left, kicks it out Hillman. Hillman with a nice pass fake. Finds a cutting Okeke, loses it out of bounds, and that's a turnover.
Now that's a couple of times that Johnny now has turned down a shot and driven in and turned it over. And he's open.
Timeout called on the court, 39-29 the score. Carroll in the lead, 2:54 left in the first half. We'll take this timeout. You're listening to Fighting Saints Basketball on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com. (39-29), Carroll in the lead. 2:54 left here in the first half. Second game of today's Frontier Conference doubleheader. If you're just tuning in, Rocky got the win over Carroll on the women's side earlier today, 66-62. Nail-biter at the end.
Great game.
We thought it was going to be a shootout, maybe have to score 80 points to win.
And the second
both
half
teams fell into his own defenses and just locked up.
Clamped it down the second half, both teams.
Jesse Owens across half court, guarded by Pedra. To the elbow, it's Hart, guarded by Cook, who just checked back into the game. Owens looking for Hart, it's turned over. Here comes Slavankinen. Slavankinen up top to Pedra. Pedra hands it off to Campbell. Now Cook to Okeke. Fani loses it, gets it back to the elbow. Slavankinen On the drive, spin move to his right, foul called. It's on Nick Hart. His first, I believe. No, his second. I stand corrected. Inbounding is Cook. Cutting Gee. Pedro off the glass. It's good. Headsy cut there by Gee. Nice pass by Andrew Cook.
You love to score on out-of-bounds plays, and you hate it when somebody does it against you.
Nick Hart on the elbow. Near side, Baugh. Baugh guarded by Cook now. Puts it on the ground to the corner. How about a three from Ekman? Off the rim, no good. Rebound brought down Hardy. Puts it back off the glass and in for two. Cook. Pedra. Slavankinen. Hands off to Campbell. Cham's got it off the dribble. Looks to step back. Now passes it off to Slavankinen. Slavankinen in the lane. Puts it up with his left. It's good. Jovan having a nice little first half right now.
And that time, Rocky didn't come with the double team. They've been coming with the double team, and they didn't that time. Jovan made him pay.
When Jovan doesn't get double teamed, he's unguardable.
Yeah.
You have to. Owens to the corner. Three-pointer from Baugh. It's good.
Boy, you got to get on that guy. He's keeping him in it.
Wow. Yeah, he can shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Cook. Guarded by Owens. Ball knocked loose. Last touch by Andrew. That's a turnover. Rocky will get it back.
Well, Owens is a menace on defense.
Yeah, he is.
He might be rusty on offense, but not on defense.
No. It's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Just under a minute left here in the first half. 55 seconds to be exact. 43-34. Carroll in the lead. Robinson in the lane. Spins back to the right side. Shot no good. Here comes Okeke. In transition, he loses it, though, and it's stolen back by the Rockies. Basu comes up with that one. 23. It's Abdul Baugh. He dumps it off out of bounds. Carroll gets it back again. 37 seconds on the clock. 30 seconds on the shot clock. 7-second difference. Campbell in the offense. Hands off to Okeke. Now Slavankinen. Slavankinen, spin move to his left. Kicks it out to Cook. Cook drives the lane. Out to Campbell. And they're going to call a travel on Shamrock.
And you know something, Daniel? He did not travel. I looked at his foot. I was watching. But it happens quick. And if you do it quick, the referee sometimes will call traveling. And that's what happened right there.
Well, you know why I didn't think he traveled? Because I don't think Shamrock's ever traveled.
He didn't. He had his pivot foot down the whole time, but he made a real quick live ball move.
10 seconds on the clock for Rocky. They trail by 9. Jesse Owens off the dribble to Baugh in the corner. That time Shamrock closed out on it. They get it back to Owens. Three from the top. It's good as time expires. 43-37. Just like that, it's a 6-point Carroll lead on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Coming up next, we're going to have the Carroll College halftime show. We'll look at the stats, review the first half, preview the second half, talk about any potential adjustments. All that and much more here. Just 20 minutes of basketball left to be played here at the PE Center today. Halftime show coming up next. You're listening to Fighting Saints Basketball on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com. Welcome back in, everybody. It's the Carroll College halftime show here on Rewind 94.9, 43-37. Carroll in the lead over Rocky on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. And Gary, it seemed like Carroll was getting ready to extend their lead. It was double digits there for a decent chunk of time. But then a late little push there by Rocky. They got a couple big buckets, a couple threes from Abdul-Bah, and just like that, this is a ball game again.
Well, Abdul-Bah, I mean, he really kept them in it. He's 4 for 6 from the three, and I hadn't heard that much about him coming into the ball game, but he certainly has a good-looking jump shot, and Carroll's got to find him. They can't let him be catching and shooting like that because he's deadly. I thought for Carroll, I thought Brandon Temple had a great first half. Yeah, he really sparked him. 4 for 4 from the field, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and those were 3-point assists. Those were inside-outside 3-point assists. And, of course, Jovan, steady, consistent, 5 for 6 from the field, 13 points. Ifani, he needs to get going. I don't know if he's injured or fighting an injury, but he didn't have the kind of half that I know he's capable. Shamrock played well, coming off as he always does. And for Rocky, right at the very start of the half, Daniel, Cade Tyson, their starting two-guard, got hurt. And
he plays some point for them too.
Does he play some point?
He does a little bit of both.
And he didn't come back at all. He played 4 minutes. So now they're down to 8 players.
We hope he's okay.
Actually 7 because Scott Malicki didn't play.
Yeah.
So they're down to 7. But in big games you can get by playing 7. You can't do it all year. But in big games you can. So you certainly hope Cade's okay and that he can come back and play. But Rocky isn't going to go away. They never do.
No.
They just keep after you and after you. They take a lot of threes, and they're 7 for 11 from the three. That is good shooting.
You have to have a convincing lead over Rocky for them to go away.
Yeah.
It's got to be 20, 25 points at half. Otherwise, they're going to stay and they're going to claw their way all the way until that buzzer hits 0. I mean, that's just how that's how they play, and that's how Coach Drykosen coaches. I mean, that's the reality of the situation. Some other stats as a team: Carroll, 17 of 25 from the field, 68%, and 5 of 8 from 3, 62.5%. 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Carroll's really improved their free throw shooting. Early in the season, it was a bit shaky. It's gotten better the last few games for sure. I'm looking at some other individual numbers. Guy Pedro off the bench, he scored 9 points. Nicely done there by Guy. Some other numbers: Nick Hart for Rocky, he's got 8 off the bench. 12 points for Abdul-Bah, like you said. 5 for Jesse Owens, 5 for Cale Robinson, 2 for Fosu, and 2 for Santa Steven. For the Saints, you mentioned Slavankinen, he's got 13 with 4 rebounds. 8 points for Brendan Temple, 4 for Johnny Hillman, and 2 points for Garrett Long. And very efficient half scoring the ball for Carroll, but some untimely turnovers. They had 10 first half turnovers. They're not going to be happy about that.
Neither coach is going to be happy. Carroll with 10 turnovers and Rocky with 11. And that you'd like to have about 10 turnovers for a game. And when you have 10 and a half, that's a red light for both coaches. Some of that's caused by good defense. You got to give it credit, but still it's too many for either club.
Well, when Carroll's not turning the ball over, they're really finding their shot.
Yeah.
And it's there every time. They're passing it around. They're finding some really good looks. I mean, I feel like I haven't really seen them put up a shot and kind of grimaced and saying, "Oh, that's not a good look." I mean, they've really been getting after it. So I tip of the cap to them. I think they're playing really well.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if Carroll can get Ifani Okiki going because they're going to need him. You talked about the big three. Well, he's become the third part of that triangle. And he needs to get going. I'd love to see him get off to a good start this half because he can light up a gym. He can get the crowd going.
And it's contagious.
It is. And then he can get guys excited. And then, of course, Jovan with a very solid half. Shamrock with a solid half. Brendan Temple, that's as good a half as he's had in a while.
Yeah. Shamrock's got to find his shot more.
Probably needs to be a little more aggressive.
I think he will in the second half.
He only took 4 shots.
I think they're going to look to get Sham some more shots. I think they're going to look to get Ifani some good looks.
Yeah. One thing I thought the officials, Daniel, on Jovan, I just didn't think they called fouls when he penetrated Thursday night, and I thought they did tonight. I thought they called him when he's driving and the hand checking and stuff. And he's a load, and why wouldn't you hand check him? He's so strong. But it's a foul. You know, the way the game is being called now, and the official called him the first half.
Well, Jovan's on pace for another big night. He had 22 and 10 the other night. Our front runner so far for the St. Peter's Health Gold Standard Player of the Game. Join the team that helps care for our community. St. Peter's Health is hiring. Get great benefits and a family gym membership. Quickly apply today at sbhealth.org/careers. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll have more Carroll halftime show. 43-37, Saints lead the Bears. You're listening to Fighting Saints Basketball on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com. Welcome back into the Carroll halftime show. 43-37 the score. The Saints are in the lead here, and a big second half coming up. And like I said earlier, it looked like Carroll was going to maybe run away with it. They kind of held a 10, 11, 12-point lead, and then all of a sudden, here come the Battling Bears. Abdul-Bah hits a couple big threes, and that's a good team. They're dangerous. They can score in bunches, and Abdul-Bah is a threat to shoot the three. I imagine he's going to see a lot more touches before this game is over with. Looking at the second half, some adjustments for the Saints. We kind of talked about it a little bit, me and Coach T earlier, but Ifeanyi Okeke is contagious energy. He's going to be key in getting the Saints ahead or continuing to keep that lead, getting them some momentum, maybe being able to expand their lead a little bit. And I also mentioned Shamrock Campbell getting some extra shots. But for Carroll, I mean, you're still winning the game. There's a lot of things that you can go back to if you're Coach Paulson and you're the Fighting Saints that you did well in the first half. Gary, as I bring you back in, I was just looking ahead at the second half, and I said, we kind of talked about some things we wanted to see change for Carroll, but also there's some things that they can go back to that had success in the first half.
Well, the thing that always drives Carroll is their defense, and they were really, really solid defensively for about 17 minutes of that half. They let up just a little tiny bit, and that's all it takes, and Rocky just lit it up, bang, bang, bang. So it always starts Carroll with their defense and getting stops and causing turnovers. And if they get back to that, I think they'll be fine. But, boy, they can't slip up much because Rocky's got some shooters.
Yeah, they do. And keep going to the hot hands on offense. I mean, obviously, Jovan's usage rate is always crazy. He's going to see a lot more shots. Guy Pedra shooting the ball well. I imagine we're going to see a lot more of him in the second half. And same goes for Brendan Temple, doing some really nice work down there on the low post. We'll go ahead and take another break before the second half starts here at the PE Center. 43-37. Carroll in the lead over Rocky on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. In 20 minutes of good basketball left to be played here. You're listening to Carroll Basketball on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com. Ready for second half action here at the PE Center. Daniel Sally and Gary Turcott here inside the Brad Schmidt Allstate Insurance broadcast booth as we get ready for a good second half of basketball between Carroll and Rocky. 43-37, Coach. Carroll leads by 6, and I imagine that they're not super happy with how they ended that half in the locker room.
Well, there was a turnover. You know, they called Shamrock for travel, and you know that was a possession. Carroll didn't get it, and then right after that, Owens hit a 3 to end the half. A nice momentum builder, and Rocky gets the ball to start the half. And we always talk about the first 3 minutes of the second half.
First 3 minutes, like clockwork.
Yep. Here we come.
Here we come is right. Well, Rocky taking the floor, and they're starting with some new faces out there. Nick Hart, one of their bench players. I think he's swapping in for Tyson, who looks like he's in street clothes.
I talked to Kate Tyson. He said he just tweaked his knee. He says he doesn't think it's serious at all. He thinks he's going to be just fine.
We're wishing that young man the best.
Yes.
So it's Jesse Owens, Nick Hart, Abdul Ba, Cale Robinson, Bo Santa Steven out there for Rocky. For Carroll, it's their original starting 5, Campbell, Hillman, Okeke, Slovankinen, and Temple. Carroll going left to right. We'll start with the ball out of the timeout. Shamrock Campbell, wide open look from 3. Ooh, in and out. It rattled. Loose ball pulled down by Abdul Ba. Now it's knocked around, and Owens comes up with it. Jesse Owens from the wing goes out to Robinson. Corner 3 on the way from Ba, and he got it.
Well, that's his spot.
Oh, man.
That is his spot.
Don't look now. It's a 3-point game, Coach. Yeah. Oh, boy. Campbell passed it over to Slovankinen. Now Temple. Off the bounce, hands off Hillman. Slovankinen again, spins off a defender. Working to his right, gets it to Temple. Temple on the low block, guarded by Santa Steven, faces up, and he's fouled. That's on Santa Steven. Only his first. Hillman. Inbounds to Campbell. Now Temple with it. Low block. Temple kicks out to Hillman. Hillman pump fakes, pulls up from the elbow, buries it.
And that's the shot he's got to take. Go ahead and take it. Ooh.
Loose ball in transition, stolen away by Jovan Slovankinen. Temple had his hand on it first, and Jovan kind of ran in and just swooped in there for it. Campbell to the high post. It's Temple. Out to Hillman again. Another three from Johnny Hillman. He knocks it down.
And now he's got his head up.
Shooting with some confidence.
Yeah.
Coach Drykosen's going to call a 30-second timeout.
And the first half, Johnny was not taking those.
No.
He was trying to do too much off the bounce, and they're sagging way off him. They're going to make him pay.
48-40, Carroll in the lead. They stretch it to immediate timeout. We'll go ahead and take a break. 18:34 to go in the ball game. You're listening to Carroll Basketball on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com. (48-40). Carroll in the lead on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. 18.5 minutes to play here from the PE Center. Nick Hart will inbound the ball for Rocky right in front of us here at the scorer's table. Up top, Owens with it now. Robinson drives on Slavakin, gets him up in the air, finger roll, it's good.
He's got some talent.
Yeah, he's good.
That New Zealand kid, a Kiwi.
Yeah. Slavakin, near side. Slavakin drives, puts up with the left, it's good. Nice finish there by Jovan. He's having a good game today, Gary.
Yeah.
Owens to the other end, kicks. Abdul-Bah, step back jumper from mid-range, and that one's good.
You know, he catches the ball deep in the left corner, and he just goes to work down there. He's either going to catch and shoot it, or he'll bounce and shoot it.
Step back jumper on Shamrock.
Yeah.
Not words you're going to say too often. Blocking foul called. That's on Santa Steven. Just his second. Came up hard off the screen and just bumped right into Sham. Campbell takes the ball out. Hillman drives out to Okeke. Three-pointer on the way from Ifani off the rim. It's no good. Offensive rebound by Hillman. Owen Ifani looking to go baseline, bobbles it, passes out to Temple. Temple on the elbow. Back up top, it's Slavankinen one more time. Slavankinen in the lane with his left off the glass. A foul called before that, though. It'll be on the floor.
These are all fouls, Daniel, that are being called tonight that weren't Thursday. That you know, they're fouls. When Jovan's going to the hole like that, he's getting fouled.
Kevin Fosu in for Bo Santa Steven. Hillman will inbound from the baseline. I don't know what they're talking about down there.
No.
A weird pause before the inbound, but we're good now. Campbell takes the ball out. Down low, Okeke. Guarded by Hart. Fade away from Ifani. Oh, off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Okeke, though. He drives and he's fouled.
Love to see him get to the free throw line and get off the side, get going. See if he's shooting.
83% free throw shooter on the year, Gary.
Yeah. They're not going to call a shot.
We got too excited.
Yeah. Well, you know, you just need to see the ball go in the rim. And that last post move was a good, solid post move by Ifani.
Yeah, I mean, how many times did we see him miss that shot?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
No, they are going to have him shoot.
Oh.
They are going to have him shoot.
We're just all over the place right now. It's a long day in here.
Well, it was it was hard to tell. Everybody was milling around out there.
Free throw up from OKK is good.
There he goes.
Before he takes his second Carroll basketball.
And Coach Drykosen is saying, hey, what's he doing shooting? That's what he's talking to him about right now.
Carroll basketball and Rewind 94.9 is brought to you in part by Range 406. Helena's indoor shooting range with 8 shooting lanes and air-conditioned comfort. Also Cap Paving, since 1984, paving the way to excellence. And DJ's Automotive, here for you and your wheels. Second free throw, no good from OKK. Carroll's lead at 7 points. Jesse Owens, far side on the wing, pulls up from the elbow. He knocks it in. Carroll's lead back to 5, 51-46. Slovakian, cross half court, out of bounds, last touch by Robinson. Carroll will keep it from the far sideline. Garrett Long re-entering the game. OKK will get a rest. Hillman inbounds to Campbell. Slovakian, hand off to Long. Hillman again, drives the lane, kicks it out to Campbell. Campbell off the bounce, back out to Hillman. Down low, Slovakian up top. Campbell open three. Off the rim, no good. Loose ball, rebounded by Fasu.
Good offense by Carroll that time.
On the other end, Baugh. Lay in, no good. Rebound brought down by Campbell. Campbell in transition. Picks up his dribble. Out to Slovakian. Now Hillman. Hillman drives, dumps. Hillman, or Temple, excuse me. Shot good, and there's that charge off the pass.
Yeah, yeah.
Tough break. I mean, heads up play by Hillman, but just a little out of control there.
He's had trouble driving the basket and making good decisions. When he's taken the shot, he's been very successful tonight. Like to see him take more shots.
Ekman inbounds. Owens gets it up to Abdul Baugh. Baugh in the lane. Out for a three-pointer. It's Robinson, no good. Loose ball, pulled down by Brendan Temple. A couple of tip-arounds there. Campbell out to Slovakian. Quick three from Jovan. He pulled that with confidence. Rebound pulled down by Jesse Owen that time. Owens picks up a screen. Down low, Fasu. Fasu, baby hook with the left, no good. Rebound pulled down by Temple again.
I don't know how he missed that one.
No, it was a really nice look.
Yeah.
Nice job using his body to get him some space, too. Hillman. Slovakian. Back to Hillman. Campbell on the wing. Slovakian driving baseline. Runs into some trouble. Kicks it out to Campbell. Campbell pump fakes. Deep three at the shot clock. It's good! Shamrock Campbell from beyond the arc.
Just a great shot fake to get his defender in the air right at the end of the shot clock. Great patience.
14:45 left in the ballgame. Carroll's lead up to 8. 14:42 now. Robinson on the bounce. Passes out to Fasu. Baugh, guarded by Slovakian. Little isolation, pump fake. Passes it down to Fasu. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Fasu, fadeaway. Nice job by Temple extending to get in the way of that one. Ball doesn't hit the rim, right into the hands of Robinson, but that's a shot clock violation.
I'll tell you something, Daniel. Brandon Temple is an underrated defender.
Strong agree.
We don't talk about him enough of how good his defender he is. Coach Paulson is over congratulating him right now. He does a very solid job down there. He did a great job against Montana Tech.
Yeah.
You think about all the power that Montana Tech had down at the low block, and he can guard down there.
54-46, Carroll leads by 8. 14:20 left in the second half. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. But what you're saying makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Brendan he's improved especially with how much stronger he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just tough down low. So he does a nice job defending on the low block, and he had his hands full against, Tech and Rocky, as far as teams with just pure post players.
Exactly.
They have more of them than anyone else in the league.
Exactly.
How many other teams? Western doesn't have that many post players. Providence doesn't have that many post players. Out of the timeout, Carroll with the ball. Garrett Long. Cross half court. Loses his balance. They're going to call him for an offensive foul.
And Owens is probably too tough of a matchup for Garrett Long. Garrett really isn't a pure points. And Owens picked him up a lot like Fly did. Owens is a real deal defensively. And he's getting better offensively.
Robinson, guarded by Slavankinen. Hands off to Owens. Down to Robinson. Two-handed laying up, no good. Late foul called. Is that on Jovan or Brendan? Brendan, huh? He kind of got confused on whether he wanted to lay it in or dunk it. Immediate timeout called. 13:56 left in the ball game. 54-46, Carroll in the lead. We'll take a break. You're listening to Fighting Saints basketball on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com. Back from the break, 54-46. Carroll in the lead on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. 13:56 left in the ball game. Daniel Sally and Gary Turcotte coming to you here from the Brad Schmidt Allstate Insurance broadcast booth. Just 13 minutes and 56 seconds left to play on what's been a fun day of basketball here at the PE Center. The Saturday afternoon late games, like the 4 o'clock start time, has kind of a weird feel to it.
It does. We got to get used to it.
We're
going to have to get used to it, but I used to love the Saturday night games at Carroll.
Free throw up and good.
But I'm old school, but I love them.
Yeah. It takes away some of the buzz when you're not tipping off at 7 p.m.
Well, the kids can stay up late because you don't have school the next day.
Free throw up and good from Robinson. DePedro will inbound. Long to Pedro again. Campbell, Carroll, got about 3 seconds to get it across half court. They do. Campbell passes it off to Long. Campbell to Temple, back to Campbell. Pedro in the lane. Fadeaway jumper from the baseline. Wow, that is a nice move.
That's a big help there. That's a nice little boost he just gave his team.
We saw him working on that all summer.
Yeah.
Fade away from Owens. That's no good. Rebound brought down by Fosu. He goes up with it, and it's no good, but there's a foul.
And I think Guy caught an elbow.
Yeah.
Right on the bridge of his nose. Oh, his eyes are really bloodshot. He might have to come out. Oh, he says he's okay.
Thumbs up. That's good to see.
Yeah.
Afani's at the scorer's table. I imagine he might come get him anyway. But then again, Brendan's standing there waiting like he's going to come out, so maybe they will keep Guy in. Fosu at the line. Before he shoots, Carroll basketball on Rewind 94.9 is brought to you in part by Furniture Showroom. Why pay more? Every day's a great day to buy new home furnishings at Furniture Showroom. Free throw no good. OKK checks back in. Guy's going to stay.
Who came out?
Brandon did.
Oh, Brandon did.
Carroll basketball is also brought to you in part by First Community Bank, working together for you. Rutgers Furniture, make the quality choice for your home at Rutgers Furniture, and Play It Again Sports, your ski and snowboard rental headquarters. Oh, now he's bleeding.
Yeah, actually it's right above the eye, right above the eyebrow. So they might have to put a little, I don't think they'll stitch it now.
They might have to eventually.
Yeah.
Malachi Afwork checking into the game. Nice to see him out there. Nick Hart back in for Rocky. Afwork. Inbounds. Campbell has it. Campbell up to Long. Long back to Campbell. Now Afwork. 3-guard lineup for the Saints with Long, Afwork, and Campbell out there. Garrett Long. Back out to Campbell again. Looking to the low block. Can't find Slavanka. Nice defense by Rocky. Now they get it to Jovan. Posting up on Fosu. Here comes the double team. He's going to put it up anyway. He was running out of time. It's stolen away by Josh Ekman.
Good defense by Rocky.
Down low, Fosu catches the pass, goes up with it. It's no good, but he's fouled.
Well, that screen roll, Rocky's starting to run that more effectively.
Fosu heading to the line. Carroll basketball on Rewind 94.9 is brought to you in part by Placer Subaru. Dog tested, dog approved. Get your Subaru today at Placer Subaru, just west on Euclid. And Gold Island Casino. Play and stay where the winners go at Gold Island Casino. Your Montana Toyota dealers. First free throw good for Fosu. And the Lewis and Clark Library. For more than 150 years, the Lewis and Clark Library has steadfastly served the residents of Lewis and Clark County with branch libraries in Helena, Augusta, Lincoln, East Helena, and the Bookmobile. Second free throw up from Fosu, and that one is good. Also, folks, don't forget to listen to our Carroll postgame show built by Builders First Source, where we'll name our St. Peter's Gold Standard Health Player of the Game. Afterwork across to Garrett Long. Long picks up his dribble, and a 10-second violation on the Saints. They were about to get it up across the court to Afterwork, but nice press that time by Rocky.
It's been a good press. It's a 2-2-1 zone press, very aggressive.
Timeout
and
call.
They have the quickness to do it, Daniel.
Timeout called. We'll take it as well. 56-51. Carroll in the lead. 12:22 to play. You're listening to Carroll Basketball on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com. Back from the timeout, 56-51. Carroll in the lead on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. 12:22 to play in the ball game. Small lineup for Carroll right now. Pedro back in though. It's good to see. Okeke playing the 5. Slavankanen at the 4. Abdul Ba over to Robinson. Robinson off the dribble. Puts up a shot. No good. Loose ball pulled down by Okeke. Okeke leading the way in transition. Looks to throw it across to Slavankanen, and it's intercepted by Keel Robinson. Hart guarded by Okeke. Back out to Ba. Ba at the top of the key. He's defended by Campbell. To the elbow. Fosu. Fosu bounces it, hands off to Robinson. Robinson drives in on Pedra, kicks it out to Hart. Hart out to the corner. Uh-oh, here's a 3 from Ba. Oh, no good that time. Corner 3. Nice rebound there by Afterwork in traffic. Good hustle, Malachi.
And Ba finally missed one from his spot in the corner. He hasn't missed any of them. That's the first one.
Pleasantly surprised. Blocking foul called on Josh Ekman. Both Santa Steven re-entering the game for Rocky, as well as Jesse Owens. Hart and Fosu will check out.
Rocky with a 7-man rotation, and it's been effective.
Hey, they're down some guys, but
yeah,
I mean, they're down some of their best players too, and I'd imagine they're going to give some teams some really good games this year. Here comes Affelwork, layup with his left, no good. Rebound pulled down by Slovankin, and putback is good. I didn't get to finish what I was saying, including us.
Yeah.
Including this game right now. I realized how I left that. It probably made it sound like I was writing this game off. That's not true. But if they're this good without some of their guys, I imagine they're going to be really good when they get some of their guys back. Owens to the corner to Abdul Ba. Inside, Santa Steven on Okeke. Pump fake, shot up, it's good. Nice move there. 58-53 the score, 10.5 minutes to go.
I'm surprised Rocky took the press off. It was effective.
Affelwork in the lane. He's fouled on the floor.
And Affelwork, I kind of like what he's doing here. Rocky is really spreading their defense, real big-time pressure. Real big time. And when that happens, your point guard needs to attack. And he's been waiting for his chance, and he's getting it right now.
And playing well.
Yeah.
Hillman
well, he's a pure point. He's and he can handle Owens. He won't get picked by Owens.
Hillman to Affelwork. Affelwork pulls it back, goes to Hillman. Now to the low block. It's Pedra. Pedra spins inside, out to Campbell. We got a hand check.
And that puts it at the 1-and-1 for the bonus.
I can't believe we're in the bonus before the 10-minute mark after what we saw on Thursday.
Daniel, what Affelwork is doing now is it gives you a pure point on the floor and takes pressure off of Shamrock. And if Affelwork can play some defense and get the team in the offense, get the ball up the floor against pressure, get him into offense, he's going to continue to help him. And he hasn't got much playing time. He's been waiting for his chance. And here's he getting it right now. Conference game.
Front end of the 1-and-1 is good for Campbell. He'll shoot one more. That one's no good. Rare miss at the free throw line for Shamrock. 86% free throw shooter on the season. Santa Steven hands off to Owens. Owens in the lane, pulls it back out to the corner. Hart back up to Owens. Owens. To Hart again. Hart jab steps, drives the lane. Nice little lay-in, but can't get it to fall. Good hustle by Guy Pedra for the tap back, but Ba comes up with the loose ball. Fade away in the lane from Hart. That time another rebound. This time it's Guy Pedra. Campbell. Picks up a screen from Hillman. Now Pedra. Pedra crosses over, drives the lane, finds Johnny Hillman, out to Affelwork. Malachi pump fakes, takes a nice shot from mid-range, no good.
Malachi had the wide open three.
Santa Steven gets it up. Robinson in the lane, he's fouled.
And that time Malachi had a catch and shoot three, turned it down to bounce into traffic. And Malachi can shoot.
He can shoot.
But, you know, he hasn't played much.
I think that guy had a pretty good angle closing out on him.
Yeah. On the catch and shoot?
Yeah, on the three.
You saw something I didn't.
I guess. Free throws up and good. Robinson will shoot one more. Second free throw on the way. That one's good for Robinson. Hillman inbounds to Pedra.
And Rocky in their 2-2-1 zone press now again. It's been effective for him.
Affelwork has it, gets it up to Campbell. Campbell pulls up. Step back jumper from the baseline. That one's good.
And that's the first time Carroll's made them pay for their zone press.
Jesse Owens to the other end. Quick layup. No good. Rebound brought down by Campbell. And Campbell is off to the races. Campbell back to Slovankinen. Slovankinen spin move into the lane. Looking to dump it off. He gets it to Affelwork. Affelwork to his left. Drives in. And a hand check called. He would have had a shooting foul right after that. Got hacked a couple times.
So Rocky's pressing after made free throws, not after made field goals. And it's been effective for him. That last time Carroll got a good look against the press. And that's what you have to do, is you have to burn it a little bit, or they'll just keep pressing you.
Free throw up from Malachi, and that one's good. He'll shoot one more.
That was a front end. That was a big one. 18 fouls on Rocky, 6 on Carroll.
So we're in the bonus the rest of the way, either side. Malachi's second is up and good.
Now Malachi would have played against Owens in high school. Billings Central, Billings West play each other.
Malachi is from Washington.
Oh, Lexington. He's from
Fife High School.
That's right. I was thinking Billings Central. But Owens is a Billings West kid.
Yes, he is. Ba down low. Santa Stephen. To the right. Foul called.
Which high school is Malachi from?
Fife High School.
Which is spelled how?
F-I-F-E.
Really?
Tacoma area. That's a really competitive league.
So that's 17 fouls on Carroll, 8 on Rocky. So
Santa Stephen will shoot a 1-on-1.
Front end of 1-on-1.
Front end, good for both Santa Stephen before his second. Carroll Basketball and Rewind 94.9 is brought to you by Mattress Firm, Montana's largest Tempur-Pedic retailer. Save time, save money. Also A-Run Rentals, making your projects easier on Cedar next to Party Plus. Second one up and good for Santa Stephen.
And Rocky will press again.
Afterwork to Hillman.
And they backed it off.
Afterwork on the screen, hands off to Campbell. Campbell steps back, goes to Slavankinen. Slavankinen crosses over, up with his left, off the glass, no good. Loose ball, rebounded by Rocky. Nick Hart, cross half court, gets it back to Owens. Jesse Owens pump fakes, takes a look around, finds a cutting Santa Stephen, and one.
Yeah.
Hillman called for a block.
Well, Johnny was there, but I think he fell before the contact.
He did.
He just a little too early.
His foot slipped out, and he started going down early. Santa Stephen at the stripe. First free throw up. Oh, sorry.
That was the end one. That was the end one.
I was thinking front end again.
Yeah.
It's been a long day here. Shamrock Campbell passes up to Afterwork. Campbell again. Off the bounce. Gets it to Slavankinen. Campbell picks up a screen. Drives out to Afterwork. There's the three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound brought down by Robinson. That's the catch and shoot he wanted.
That's the catch and shoot he wanted.
Santa Stephen, pump fakes, back up with it. It's good for two. And just like that, we got a 1 point game, 63-62.
Good time.
After a couple free throws and a couple buckets by Rocky.
Good timeout by Carroll right there.
7:19 to play in this one. What kind of timeout? Let's keep it here anyway, Gary.
Yeah.
Let's keep it here. 63-62. Carroll in the lead, 7:19 to play. And this is a tight one.
Well, you could see the momentum starting to switch. Rocky's defense picking up. Jovan with a couple of tough takes and wasn't quite able to finish. And Rocky coming down. Transition, got a couple of easy buckets in transition. Carroll's got to pick up their transition defense and quit giving up those open looks.
And they got to stop sending them to the free throw line.
Yep.
In addition to that, I mean, I think that made a difference. They got to the line and hit a couple easy free throws.
They did. And 18 fouls on both teams, so everybody got a couple more one-on-ones. One more one-on-one and then two the rest of the way. But that's a good timeout by Carroll. And Coach Paulson needs to do something a little different offensively. Rocky's kind of locked in on them where they are right now.
Well, right before the timeout was called, they sent Brendan Temple to the scorer's table.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see some low post touches for him. He's been playing well today.
Well, that's a good point.
The hook's working.
That's good. They're a little vulnerable down there.
Maybe some high-low.
Yeah.
Maybe some high-low. Who's to say?
Yeah.
Who's to say? 7:19 to play, though, here at the PE Center, 63-62. Don't forget, after the game today, we'll have the Carroll post-game show built by Builders First Source, and we'll award our St. Peter's Gold Standard Health Player of the Game. Maybe even hear from the head coach of the Fighting Saints, Kurt Paulson. Hillman inbounding. Campbell up the court.
And they posted up Jovan.
Slavankinen.
And they are.
Corner, Garrett Long. He works it back up top. Slavankinen. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Jovan's got it up top. He's in some trouble. Corner three from Long as the shot clock expires off the rim. It's no good. Rebound pulled in by Bo Santa-Steven. Correction, it's Keel Robinson who pulled that one down. Robinson to Owens. Owens picks up a screen. Up top, Santa-Steven. Abdul Ba with it now. Ba crosses over. In the lane, puts up a runner. It's good, and Rocky has the lead, 64-63. And Gary, there's been a weird energy around the game today.
Well,
it just seems flat in here.
It helps when the students are here. It always does.
Yeah, that's true, but the students were here Thursday night. That didn't matter. Slavankinen in the lane, draws a foul. He'll shoot two. It'll be nice for Carroll to get to the free throw line.
It will. There's a lot of play. 6 minutes left, folks.
6 minutes.
And this
Carroll
is a big moment now. With what's it, the last 1-and-1 right here.
Oh, did they not call that on the shot?
Must not have. Wait.
It seemed like he was going to
Oh,
shoot.
It did. And he made it anyway.
Good, yeah.
Made it anyway.
All on the line.
And that was a big free throw.
That is a big free throw.
Yeah.
Tied back up at 64 apiece.
Yeah.
That guy can rebound from Gary Turcott's spot.
We're getting some extra color commentary from Bill Drykosen. Free throw, good. This guy's awesome.
Billy's the best.
It's a happy distraction. Abdul Ba down low, Santa-Steven. Santa-Steven kicks it out. Jab step, Hart drives the lane, puts it up, and it's in for two.
Boy, that's a quick live ball move. He just went right by Jovan. It was a very quick move.
Hart he's twitchy.
Yeah.
66-65, Rocky in the lead, 5.5 minutes to play. Campbell off the bounce. Hillman now. Hillman from the wing, drives in, gets it out to Temple. Now Pedra. Three from Pedra. Off the rim, no good. Rebound brought down by Temple. Temple back up with it off the glass and good for two.
And that's the boost he gave the first half. And that's the first time he's able to really get involved this half.
He's working down there today. Here's the drive. Robinson posting up. Fade away. Off the rim, no good. Loose ball. Rebounded by Rocky. It's Robinson. Robinson puts it up. Nice spin move by Keel Robinson. He makes it.
He's a very skilled player.
And what do we got? We just get a tech?
There must have been
They just called the tech. They called the tech on Jovan.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
And you know, there's just a little spot here where the coaches stand up and we can't quite see what happened there.
Yeah, and it happened down on the baseline.
We can't quite see what exactly happened, but they did call it on Jovan. Coach Paulson took him out of the ball game, and I know nobody feels worse about it than Jovan.
Santa-Steven at the line. First free throw good. Rockies lead up to 2. Could make it 3 with this one, and they're going to have possession. That's the backbreaker on a tech, is that possession afterwards.
Exactly. And it's a team foul. It goes on your team fouls.
So we're going to be in the double bonus for both teams going forward.
Yeah.
Tough timing on that one. 4:43 to go here. Rocky leads by 3.
So they are not going. Yeah. So yeah. What? So I thought you called it right, Daniel, but apparently not. Carroll does have the basketball.
I need to spend some time in the rule book this summer.
Yeah.
Andrew Cook to his left. He's out there with Hillman, Pedra, Campbell, and Temple. Campbell to the high post. Looking down low. Pedra has it. Pump fakes. Up with it. Off the glass. Nice finish.
Real nice high-low by Carroll there.
Pedra working out in the low post.
Yeah. Now good pass.
Is that Temple who found him?
Temple with a real nice find.
This is the best, some of the best basketball Brandon's played this season.
Yeah.
Jesse Owens, guarded by Hillman. Switched on to Pedra. Out is Robinson. 3-pointer from Robinson. He knocks it down. And Rocky's got a 4-point lead with 4 minutes to play.
Let's go, AB!
Campbell to Hillman. Hillman looking inside for Campbell. Campbell pulls it back. Low post, Temple. Temple spins to his left. Baby hook. Ooh, can't get the roll. Rebound Rocky. Santa Steven pulls it down. He passes off to Owens. Owens in the half court. Rocky's going to take their time getting in the offense. Pick and roll. Nice pass from Owens. Santa Steven can't finish it. Nice recovery that time by Brendan Temple.
Yeah.
Campbell to the other end. Drives the lane. Fadeaway jumper. It's good.
Big shot.
And you knew as soon as he got that ball, he was going to find a way to put it up.
Yeah. Big stop and a big shot.
73-71. Carroll trails by 2. 2:50 to play. Abdul-Bah has it, and Rocky's going to call a timeout. 73-71. Rocky in the lead. Full timeout. We'll go ahead and take it as well. 2:48 left to play. You're listening to Carroll Basketball on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com. (73-71). Rocky in the lead over Carroll. 2:48 left in the ball game. Rocky will inbound the ball from the near sideline. Here Robinson. Bah to Robinson. Cale Robinson hands it off to Owens. Owens pulls it back out. Robinson, guarded by Pedro, drives in, reverse lay-in is
God,
good.
that's a tough shot.
Wow.
He's a real skilled player.
Campbell gets down the court. Pedro off the handoff. Now Cook. Cook drives the lane, puts it up with his right, off the glass and good. Big bucket from Andrew Cook.
That just, yeah.
Nice to see him get a bucket late.
He's not afraid to make a play, that kid.
That should ignite him. Owens in the lane. Foul on the shot. Owens at the stripe. Chance to put Rocky up 3 with a make here. 4 with 2 makes. He makes the first. 1 more on the way. 1:53 left to play in this ball game. Rocky leads by 3, 76-73. Second free throw on the way. That one's no good off the back iron. Rebound brought down by Cook. 1-score game. Carroll looking for a bucket. Cook drives, pulls it back. Hands off to Campbell. Campbell crosses over in the lane. Out to Pedra. 3 from Pedra. It's good! Big shot from Guy Pedra, and we got a tie ball game. 76-76. He let it go with confidence, and he knocked it down. And there's a steal by Pedra. Here comes Pedra on the break. He goes up with it. Finger roll, no good. Rebound brought down by Campbell. It's loose. Cook has it. Cook goes up with it. Oh, and that's no good. Loose ball out of bounds. It'll stay with Carroll. And wow, that was, what a sequence. Oh, my. These guys are going to be kicking themselves. Coach Paulson's going to call a timeout. 76 apiece. 1:08 on the clock. Slavankinen's going to check back in.
I don't know if he is or not. I don't think so.
Looked like he was heading to the scorer's table.
Well, he got a technical foul, and Coach Paulson might be sending him a message. We don't put up with it.
Can't blame him.
Yeah,
tie ball game.
It's a hard thing to do as a coach, but you're sending a message to your whole staff, your whole players, all your red shirts, everybody, that you just can't do that.
Especially in such a tight game.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want it to happen in any game, but in such a tight game. But right now, we're tied, Gary. 1:08 to play.
And Carroll has the ball under the basket. 20 seconds on the shot clock, Daniel. Score tied, 76 all. Both teams in the double bonus.
And I think Carroll misses a couple opportunities there, and I think Pedro went up with it, and I think there was a little confusion on layup or dunk, and then he missed it.
Yeah.
A couple offensive rebounds. Looked like Campbell was going to have a look. They knock it loose. Cook ends up with it with a bunny. That doesn't go in. So now Coach Paulson's saying, all right, let's reel it in. Reel it in. This game is crazy. Can't forget tip of the cap to Pedro for the 3 to tie the game.
Absolutely.
But now they're going to draw something up out of a timeout here. And he said coaches love it when they score on their out-of-bounds plays.
And it's a funny angle where the ball is out of bounds. It's over a little bit, which makes it harder. It's not directly under the basket. It's off to the left about 6-8 feet, which cuts down on your angles, Daniel.
They'll have Johnny Hillman inbound. Jovan's not checking back in. Pedra, Cook out there, as well as Campbell and Temple. They get Campbell to the corner. He's guarded by Owens. Picks up his dribble. Owens is on him. They get it to Cook. Cook off the dribble. Spins to his left. Goes up with it again. Fadeaway, no good. Loose ball rebounded by Rocky. Santa Steven outlets to Owens. Owens guarded by Hillman. Owens drives the lane. Nice scoop. Layup is good. Wow. Rocky in the lead, 78-76. 40 seconds to play here. Shamrock Campbell. Running point. Temple on the elbow. Doesn't get the hand off to Cook. Instead goes to his left. Spins back in. Baby hook, no good. Loose ball. Rocky has it. And they got a foul. There's no more shot clock. Bo Santa Steven will go to the line. Carroll trails by 2 with 21 seconds left.
Carroll had a couple of pretty good looks there. Just neither one would go down. And then Owens made a real tough shot on a hard drive left. And he didn't have a good angle, and he got real nice reverse spin on it to get it to go down.
Santa Steven at the line. He's 5 for 5 on free throws today. Free throw's good. He'll take one more. Santa Steven at the line again. Second one on the way. No good off the back iron. 20 seconds to play. Pedro will take it up the court. He'll get it to Andrew. 13 seconds on the clock. Carroll needs a 3 to tie it. Campbell with the ball. Step back three from Campbell off the rim, no good. Rebound brought down by Robinson. And Rocky is a couple of free throws away from pulling this thing off.
That's a pretty good look. That's the right shot. Shamrock is the one you want. Taking it, you know, it was a tough shot, but it was the right shot.
Cale Robinson at the line. Garrett Long in the game. Free throw up, it's good. Now a 4-point game. Rocky 4 seconds away from pulling this off. Another free throw up, and it's good from Robinson. 81-76, Rocky in the lead. Garrett Long across half court. He's going to put one up at the horn. No good, and that'll do it for today's ball game. Rocky Mountain College down a couple guys. They go on the road to the PE Center and get a big win over the Carroll Fighting Saints, 81-76. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll have the Carroll postgame show built by Builders First Source. We'll go ahead and give out the St. Peter's Gold Standard Health Player of the Game, break down the game, and look ahead at what's ahead for the Saints in the next week. You're listening to Fighting Saints Basketball on Rewind 94.9 and KCAP.com.
Daniel.